On a night when every clock in the quiet town of Valmere stopped at the exact same moment, 11:59 p.m., a mysterious melody floated through the swirling snow, weaving its way down Larkspur Lane. Doors creaked open as children pressed their faces against frosted panes, and elders whispered of an ancient promise about to be fulfilled. Inside a crooked little shop filled with a dozen clocks, some ticking, some sighing, one giggling like a mischievous child, stood Elise Marnier. Her copper hair caught the moonlight, and her caramel eyes widened as she listened to the melody growing louder. The clocks, which had been silent, began to tick once more except for a single pocket watch lying in a glass case on the counter. It ticked louder than all the others combined. Her father, Augustin Marnier, the renowned clockmaker, took a trembling breath. When the clocks stop and the violin sings, time rewinds itself. Tonight, the legend begins again. Elise's heart pounded. For years, she had wondered about her mother, Celeste, who had vanished on a snowy winter's night, leaving behind only this unfinished pocket watch, the one that never moved. Suddenly, the shop door slammed open, blowing in a burst of icy wind and snowflakes. A cloaked figure entered, clutching a dark walnut violin case and a faded letter, the edges wet and worn. He pulled back his hood, revealing a young man with eyes that gleamed like moonlight on ice. "I seek the clockmaker's daughter," he said softly. "Only she can unlock the secret before midnight claims us all." Augustin's hands shook as he stepped forward. "You speak of the violinist," he whispered, fear mingling with awe. "I crafted you to guard my wife's memory, but none believed the music would ever play again." The young man smiled faintly. "It is playing now." Elise's fingers trembled as she took the letter from him. The script was her mother's handwriting, bearing a prophecy. At the final stroke, time's heart will choose memory or magic. Only bold love can break the curse. The violinist knelt beside her. "Your mother bound me to this melody to guide, to warn, to lead you home." Augustin collapsed into a chair, clutching the unfinished watch. "Finish it before the final chime, or the town, and we will be forgotten." Elise's world spun as memories flickered like shadows. Scenes of her mother's laughter, the lullaby she hummed, the ribbon in her hair floated before her eyes. The violin's soft notes wrapped around her like a warm embrace. Together, Elise and the violinist began working by the flickering candlelight, delicate gears clicking into place amid whispering music. Outside, the townsfolk felt the wind change, children's laughter rewinding, elders' steps tracing back, and frozen moments thawing into shimmering memories. As the clock hands approached midnight, Elise opened the shop window widest and called to the town below. One by one, neighbors entered, sharing memories long locked away, a baker's lost recipe, a mayor's first dance, a child's treasured bedtime story. The watch pulsed with their collective heartbeats, glowing brighter with every shared memory, every whispered truth. Just as the final stroke neared, Elise pressed the last piece into place, a tiny heart gear etched with her mother's love. The watch burst open in a cascade of colors, binding every clock to the memories of Valmere's people. The violinist bowed deeply. "The curse is broken. Every clock in Valmere guards love, truth, and time's gifts." As he faded into a swirl of music and moonlight, Augustin smiled through tears, his memories restored. The town erupted into joy snowball fights under starry skies, dancing footsteps, and warm embraces. Years passed, and Elise became Valmere's heart, the true clockmaker weaving stories and solace into each ticking creation. Every winter, when the first snow fell, the soft violin melody would return, carrying a promise that every story, every memory, could be shared and cherished forever. And if you listen closely on snowy nights, you might just hear the midnight violin echoing through the streets, reminding us all that love, courage, and memory are the real magic that turns time itself.